Hi, Tianyu. Hi, Ridge.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
How has your participation in the Community Enterprise Clinic shaped your understanding of the law and nonprofit organizations?
I can start. I think one of the main takeaways for me is that the law can actually help nonprofit organizations with their day-to-day operations and governance, even though it seems like the law is requiring a lot of things that can be kind of complicated for these organizations to work through. But in the end, they kind of help create that kind of structure that these organizations need in order to operate effectively.
I agree, and I also still think these laws draw attention of the organization to certain important information they should be providing. And also, I agree with what Tianyu was saying, it creates an overall framework for nonprofits to follow, and not just for compliance purposes, but also for the health of the organization as a whole.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's been really rewarding to see how certain legal practices can actually help nonprofits even grow and be able to have their mission thrive in the community.
Tell me about some of the cases that you guys have been working on.
I can go first. I've been working with a local nonprofit who provides food deliveries to people who are food insecure. And specifically, I've been doing research into HIPAA compliance and compliance with other state and federal laws for them. I've also worked for a client who rents out facilities in the local community center, and they needed some legal analysis about their current facility use contract, what are appropriate terms and what are some terms that they would like to add going forward.
One of my major cases involved a local nonprofit that works with formerly incarcerated folks, and they were looking to go into the social enterprise space, and so we helped them figure out what type of business structure they wanted that social enterprise to be, and that way their community members can actually work in the social enterprise and also help maintain that tax-exempt structure. So that's been really a great experience.
What kind of skills have you developed through participating in the clinic?
Yeah, one of the main skills that stands out is being able to sort of take the legal knowledge that I've developed through more of the doctrinal classes, sort of understand that, and then translate it to the client who's, an expert in their field and their work, but might not have some of the, legalese or legal frameworks. So just being able to translate that to them, that's been a really major skill that I've developed.
I agree with Hannah. I think that's something that also I didn't have going into the clinic, just being able to lay out what the law requires in plain terms. Another skill that I think I developed is just being able to work with different types of clients, because personally I have 3 clients in the clinic, but they have different personalities and they're looking for different things in the legal services that we're providing. So it's been really interesting to first see that what works for one client doesn't necessarily work for the other ones, and then trying to figure out a way that to build a relationship with all different types of clients and help them. What do you think?
Yeah, I echo what has been already said. I think I've met a lot of different clients with different legal issues. One of the skills I've developed over time is not just giving them the relevant and useful information that they need, but also guide them to solutions that are probably most effective for them, and giving them the pros and cons without overwhelming them with too much information.
So what has been the most rewarding aspect of participating in the clinic?
For me, the most rewarding aspect has been hearing the stories of the people who lead these nonprofit organizations. They're very passionate about what they do, they're very mission driven. And what has been rewarding to me is when I give them advice or give them information that they could use, they come back and thank me for the contribution I made. But also I really like that they ask follow-up questions and they're very interested in how to incorporate the work of the clinic into their operations going forward. So I feel like not only I did my small part in giving some advice, but that advice will be used later.
Yeah, I agree with Ridge. I think for me, it's also the relationship building aspect of the clinic and hearing the client's stories and being inspired by what they want to do. And then also building relationships with my classmates that are in the clinic with me. So yeah, what do you?
That's what I was going to say too. I really enjoyed getting to work with one of my classmates on our legal assessment. The other day we presented to them and to the board of the organization, and they just let us know how that was going to be, a really helpful tool for them moving forward. And so just hearing that feedback and working alongside my classmate was really great.
So what kind of advice or recommendations would you guys give to students that are interested in joining the clinic?
I would say just go for it. It's really a one-of-a-kind experience in law school. You get to do hands-on work in the community and use those skills that you've learned and developed over the years. And the great thing about doing it in a setting at Duke Law and with our supervisor, Andrew, is that you're supported by faculty as well as your classmates. And so it's just, a great time to spread your wings.
Yeah, I think it's also a great time to receive a lot of good feedback about the necessary legal skills and client skills that you need as a future lawyer. I think the clinic provides you with a really good, responsive environment for that, and you also get to work with great colleagues in the clinic who will help you with that as well.
I totally agree. I also think that no matter what kind of law that you're interested in doing in the future, Andrew could really try to pair you up with an assignment that works, that kind of in the similar area. So it's something that you're interested in and something that will help you in the future. Yeah.